Hi everyone, and welcome back to DD Academy. My name is Johanna Debray, and I'm a marketing associate here at DD Agency. Today we'll be taking a look at HubSpot's lead scoring tool. We'll be covering what it is, why it's important, how to set it up in HubSpot, and practical ways to use it. Let's get started. First, let's talk about what lead scoring is and what your first step should be before setting it up in HubSpot. And by the way, HubSpot Score is just the name of HubSpot's lead scoring tool. I will be using HubSpot scoring and lead scoring interchangeably throughout the video. Lead scoring is a methodology used to rank contacts against a point scale that represents how engaged each contact or lead is with a business or organization. So, as you can see in this chart example, certain points get allocated based on each individual user's different engagements. Anyone who has both clicked an email and subscribed to a blog will receive 10 points, 1 point for their email click, and 9 for their blog subscription. I highly recommend that before you begin setting up in HubSpot, you set up a simple chart like this with your team to determine what the best point criteria are for your business or organization. Before we go into the tool itself, I just want to go into why lead scoring is important. In general, it's vital in any sales or admissions process to meet your prospect where they're at in the buyer's journey. In the world of higher education, someone who has RSVP'd to an event might be more qualified to receive more bottom-of-the-funnel offers, such as scheduling a call or opening an application, whereas someone who has only ever clicked an email or viewed a few pages is less likely to engage with those same offers. Lead scoring provides a simple yet effective way to organize your contact database and make sure your prospects are getting the right offers. Okay, now let's get into the HubSpot Score property where you can review, edit, and manage your HubSpot scoring parameters. To get to your HubSpot Score tool, select the gear icon located in the top right corner of the screen. Go ahead and select the Properties option, where you will be redirected to all of your account's contact properties. You can now just search HubSpot Score. In this main interface, there are lots of ways in which you can organize and customize your scoring. You can create criteria to either increase or decrease someone's score. For example, to give someone 5 points, say, for clicking an email, you would hit Add New Set in your positive attributes and click Contact Properties, First, Marketing Email Click Date, and just make sure it's known. Apply Filter, update the score to 5, and then hit Save. The process to decrease someone's score is the same, but your ad set would go under Negative Attributes. And keep in mind that the exact way you set up HubSpot scoring will vary based on your needs, which is why it'll be important for you to create a basic lead scoring chart catered to your business or organization like the one I showed you earlier. Often the trickiest part of HubSpot scoring isn't actually setting it up. It's making sure your data stays updated. Human error and miscommunication can lead to your data not getting updated properly, and this can result in lead scoring point misallocation. The key to avoiding these database management errors can be found in one way: automation. To show you how we've automated our HubSpot scoring system, take a look at the scoring chart that I showed you earlier and take note of the words I have in brackets, such as blog, general, program, and the rest. Our automation process is contingent on the use of proper naming conventions, specifically using these bracketed words. To show you a real-life example, let's dive into this RMI criteria, which, by the way, stands for Request More Information. Firstly, as you can see in our form section of HubSpot, when I search RMI in brackets, all of our Request More Information forms appear. Now, if we go on over to Workflows, you'll see that we have this RMI allocation workflow, which adds anyone who has a recent conversion that contains the words RMI in brackets to a static list. This is the list we use in the HubSpot scoring tool to give people their points for submitting an RMI form. Because we have this automation system set up, the only thing people need to make sure to update properly when creating a form is the actual naming convention on the form itself. In this instance, all someone has to do is include RMI in brackets anywhere in the form name, rather than updating any lists or other HubSpot score criteria manually. Of course, you don't have to set things up this way. The HubSpot scoring tool is very customizable, and you can build it in whatever way is best for you. In fact, if you think you have a better way of automating, please feel free to share it with us. Great, everything's set up, but how can we use this scoring to segment our audiences and content? Well, you can utilize this tool in many different ways. Let's discuss one of my favorite ways, email segmentation. Segmenting emails is super simple. Let's say that you just created a new content resource, Guide to Our Masters in Nonprofit Management, and you'd like to send out an announcement email inviting people to download the guide. Well, you have a few options here. You can create completely different emails for people with text and copy that is based around their HubSpot score. For example, you could create an email that's meant for people with a HubSpot score between 0 and 3 that answers why grad school will advance their career, which is more general, top-of-the-funnel content. Likewise, you might also want to create another email for people with a HubSpot score between maybe 9 and 16 that talks more about how a master's in nonprofit management will benefit them. And finally, you could create a third email catered towards people with higher HubSpot scores, with content explaining why your school's specific grad program could be the right fit for them. Of course, you can create more or less emails depending on what you need and what you think is best. All that this kind of email segmentation requires is the setup of a few simple active lists, which have criteria that filters people based on their HubSpot score. You just need to make sure to include these active lists in the recipients of the respective emails. Another fun way that you can segment your email based on HubSpot score is through smart content, using contact list membership rules. But we'll be covering all of that and more in another video. And that will do it for this tutorial here at DD Academy. Leave your questions down in the comments and check the description for additional resources. See you next time!